Hello everyone, so for this video I'll be showing you how to install XAMPP Apache for our XAMPP from Apache friends, and currently I'm using Windows 11 machine. So just open your browser and look for XAMPP and then click on this website, the Apache friends, and you can see here the different version. So I'll be installing the newest version, which is the 8.2.0. So you can of course select the lower versions and you can check what are the difference between each version. So you can also have this one for Linux. So I'll just download this one for 64-bit since I'm running on Windows 64-bit. So I'll just wait for the installer to be downloaded here, and let's install it once it's already available. So it is already finished, so we can just click on the installer, and any pop-up just click on yes, and you'll have this one. So just running. Okay, you can just continue. Okay, next. I'll leave this one as default, so you can of course uncheck those things that maybe you don't need. So click next. This is the default directory wherein the XAMPP will be installed, so I will not change it. I'll just click next. You can change the language if you want, but I'll use English, and just click on next. So I'm using AMD processor. Maybe you want to consider that one, but I think XAMPP is not that specific when it comes to processor. Let's wait for this one to finish, and we'll create a hello world file later on. So you need to allow this one so that you can access the Apache. So you can allow HTTP server to communicate, private and public. So I just allow access. If you didn't allow it, you can later on check on your firewall. So let's start the control panel. Click finish, and it will show the control panel here. So you can click on the service here if you want, if your machine restarted or boots up from cold boot and you want Apache automatically run, so you can check on this one. So for me, no, I will not check it since I will not use Apache every time. So I'll just click this one. So by default, it will use port 80 if you're running, I think, Skype, and there might be some application also that uses port 80. It may conflict during the usage of this Apache server, so you can stop those application or change the port. So this one is already running. We can actually go back to our some directory, and by default, if you type in localhost, so you will see this one. If the Apache is not running and you try to access your localhost, it will not display anything. So by default, you have a dashboard. You will be redirected to a directory called dashboard, and you will see this one. So to start our coding for hello world, so click on the folder here, our file explorer, go to your drive C, and then as you can see here is your XAMPP. Just click on the XAMPP. You will have htdocs. This is the default folder wherein the Apache server will look into for its codes. So click on this one, and by default you have the following. So you can create a new folder if you want. So I'll create a new one. So I'll just name this Abe. Then let's open this directory, and since we already have the directory here, actually you can try to access it via browser or the URL of your browser. Then click on this one and you'll see um, it's a directory. So anything you put here will be shown here. And let's start creating a hello world file. So if you name your file as index and home, so it will look for it. So make sure if you want it to automatically access your um, code, so you can use index as file name and then home. So it will look for index first, and then if not, it will look for home. So if those two doesn't exist, it will display you the directory. So let's create a hello world text here. Okay, new text file and then hello world. And if you're going to code in PHP, the file extension should be .php. Then just click on yes. So I'm using here Sublime text editor. You can use Notepad or any text editor that you want. So I'll just open on this one and it will show here. So this is the hello world. So you can type in HTML, so it will automatically recognize by the browser, but I'll use PHP. So starting and closing tag for PHP, and then to display something, just echo and the string that you want to display, semicolon. Then if you refresh this one, you will see the hello world.php here, and if click on that, you will see the hello world here. So if you want to rename the file, so let's rename this one as index. So I'll go back here first and then refresh. As you can see, it is still hello world.php. So if I rename this one as index, it will automatically be displayed here. So let's refresh, and there you have it. It will be changed to or it will automatically read the index file. So let's open this one again, and you can add HTML tags. So you can just put h1 here and then closing tag for h1, then save it and then refresh it here. So there you have it. So I hope this video would help you in installing XAMPP and running your first hello world in PHP.